Today we are going to discuss a graphical method to draw a conjugate profile for any general gear tooth profile selected. Means we have to draw a conjugate profile for any profile selected on a mating gear. Now in order to understand this basics, we must know what is conjugate profile, what is law of gearing. But as already we discussed in theory, today in this video we will only see a graphical procedure to draw a conjugate profile when any random tooth profile is selected. Now for this, what given data is, this is given data to you. What given is pitch circle radius of gear A and pitch circle radius of gear B is given, which is 80 and 100 mm respectively. And we know that center distance is equal to radius A plus radius B, means addition of the pitch circle radius. So it is 180 mm. So with this dimension, I already mark here center line and two pitch circles. You can see here it is center distance or center of the gear A. Here it is center of the gear B. That is OA and OB are the two centers marked. Distance between them is given distance 180. So only this thing is given, and with these dimensions, with this distance, I mark two pitch circles. This is pitch circle of gear A and this will be pitch circle of gear B. Now next step what I have to follow is I have to select one random profile, and for selecting this random profile I choose gear A, and on gear A I will select a random profile, and that profile I select is straight line. So I will select a straight line profile for gear A. So somewhere I will mark that profile. You can select on gear B also. If you select on gear B, corresponding profile you will obtain on A. Here I am selecting on A, so I am getting conjugate profile on gear B. So let's just select a random profile which will be a straight line, and for selecting this profile I have to mark this here. So I am going to select a straight line profile. So I am drawing one random straight line profile, and on this profile I have drawn number of points. So you can select here, you can see here I drawn one straight line gear tooth profile, and on this gear tooth profile I took 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So why I take 5? You can it is not necessary that you can take only 5. You can take number of points, maybe 1, 2, 3, but for better accuracy I choose here 5 points. One more thing, it is not necessary that these 5 points are equidistant. You can take randomly. So this is my first point, second, third, fourth and fifth. I hope you notice that this fourth point is on pitch circle. Now next step, so I draw pitch circle, I select random profile. Now my next step in this one is to draw a concentric circles with this center A, or with pitch circle, with center A and concentric with pitch circle. So I will try to draw pitch circles which are concentric with pitch circle of gear A. So I am drawing to 1, 2, 3, 4 I have to draw. So I have drawn here circles concentric with pitch circle with center OA. Now after getting the circles, I have to mark pitch points. Now one point, this will be a pitch point P. Now what I do is I will draw normal to this gear tooth profile selected. So next step is to draw normals to this gear tooth profile through these selected points. Means draw normal to this gear tooth profile through 5 points, but up to where that normal you have to draw whenever up to where it will intersect pitch circle. So you know that this will be our pitch circle. So this is, I can say this will be pitch circle of gear A, and this will be pitch circle of gear B. So I have to draw normals up to that pitch circles. So this is normal to gear tooth profile through point 1, through point 2, you notice that I drawn up to only pitch circles. Now if I try to draw normal through 4th point, this point is on pitch circle, so no need to draw normal, it is at this point only. So length of normal will be 0 here. Next, normal through 5 up to pitch circle. Okay. Now whenever these normals through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts pitch circle, let's call these points as P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. So P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 are the points on pitch circle obtained when I draw normal to this gear tooth profile selected and through points 1 to 5. Now what I will do with these points? Remember, I have to obtain a conjugate profile which will be corresponding to this gear tooth profile selected. Now we know law of gearing, and as per law of gearing, we know that if I draw a common normal or a normal through point of contact, it must pass through pitch point. So assume that this is a pitch point, and I know distance between pitch point and normal or common normal. And let's say it is gear A. When this gear A is rotated, this point 1 will move to next step. Let's say it will come to somewhere here, and that point, at this point of contact, 1 on gear A and 1 dash on gear B will be in contact. So I have to find out that point of contact, so that, but I have to mark that point in such a way that it will satisfy condition of law of gearing. What is condition of law of gearing? Normal through point of contact, let's say it is point of contact, normal through point of contact must pass through pitch point. Means I know pitch point, I have to find out the point of contact. And to get this, what I will use is, I know this distance between the pitch point and this point of contact. So whenever the point is moving from 1 to that C1, let's say, then also distance between the point and pitch point will remain same. So here I know that distance, I will use same distance here to get point of contact. So to get point of contact, let's say C1. To get C1, I use C1, that is distance between this point of contact and pitch point. Let's say PC1 is equal to 1P1. Now I know 1P1, I know point P, only unknown is C1. So to get C1, use this distance and mark point C1. So what I have to do here? I have to use dimensions is equal to 1P1, P point is known, get C1. So I am taking now dimensions is equal to 1P1 yes, it is 1P1, P as point of contact. Now cut arc, what I want C1. So C1 must be on locus of 1. You observe here, I cut this arc on locus of 1 because C1 is point of contact of 1 point. So it means it is next point. So here I will get C1 and call that point as C1. Similarly, I have to mark C2, C3, C4, C5. And it is known to you now, if C1 is on point of contact 1 or on the locus of 1, C2 will be on the locus of 2, C3 will be on the locus of 3, similarly 4, 5 will be on the locus of 4 and 5. So I want to find out C2 up to C5, and to get that I use same relations as, to get C2 I will use 2P2. So 2P2 is equal to PC2, and similarly PC5 is equal to 5P5. So distance is known to you, pitch point is known to you, we will get C1, C2, C3, 5. So likewise, I am going to find out 2P2. So distance as 2P2, center as P, cut locus on locus of 2, cut arc on locus of 2, I will get C2, and go on following. So we can get C2, C3, C4 and C5. So I obtain points C1 to C5 on the locus of 1, 2. So this is C1, this is C2, C4 4 distance is 0. Similarly PC4 distance also 0, and this is same point, it is also C4, while here I will get C5. So I get C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. Now try to understand what is C1 is. Actually C1 is point of contact between 1 and 1 dash. Now what is 1 and 1 dash? At this point on gear 1, gear A, that is 1, and point on gear 2 in mesh. So C1 is point of contact between 1 and 1 dash. Similarly 2 and 2 dash, and so on up to C5 is point of contact between 5 and 5 dash. Now I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't know 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash. Now finding 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash is nothing but finding profile of gear tooth B, and that profile will be conjugate profile. As why it is conjugate profile? Because here I use law of gearing, and the profile which satisfies law of gearing is called as a conjugate profile. So my next step is to get these points 1 dash to 5 dash, and for getting this, now you have noticed C1 is point of contact between 1 and 1 dash. If C1 is on locus of 1, C1 must be on locus of 1 dash also. What I am saying, C1 is on locus of 1, as it is contact point between 1 and 1 dash, it must be on locus of 1 dash also. What is 1 dash? A gear tooth profile, point on gear tooth profile of gear B, means it must be on, its locus of 1 dash must be passing through C1. Similarly, locus of 2 dash must be passing through C2. Yes or no? Similarly, locus of 3, 4, 5 must be passing through locus of C2, C3, C4, C5, and for this I will draw now concentric circles, that is circles passing through C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, but concentric with pitch circle of gear B. So it is already circled through pitch point, and it is nothing through C4 also. You can see C4 and pitch point is same. So with this pitch circle, concentric with this circle, I have to draw circles which are concentric with this point C1 to C5. Let's say draw with C1 first. And why I am drawing this circle? Because on this circle somewhere I get 1 dash. I explain this. So to get 1 dash, draw locus of 1 dash, and that locus of 1 dash must pass through C1. So I am drawing circle through C1. Similarly, draw circle through C2. Okay, circle through C2, and go on drawing circle through C3, C4, C5. So I drawn circles through C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and with center as OB. Now you can notice here, you can see here, I have drawn circle through C1, C2, C3, C5. Means I know now locus of 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash. It will be somewhere here. I don't know exactly. So we need to find out that. And to get now 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, will follow same procedure. Now see, actually on gear A, I know first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I find out P1, P2, P3, P4, 5. But now to get 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, means corresponding point of 1, 2, 3, 4, I will do reverse here. I will try to find out first P1 dash, P2 dash, P3 dash, P4 dash, 5 dash on gear B, and corresponding to that I will get 1 dash, 2 dash. Means I will do reverse of here. Here I find out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first, and then P1 to P5. Now in next case, I will find out P1 to P5 first, and then 1 dash to, that is P1 dash to P5 first, P5 dash first, and then 1 dash to 5 dash first. For this, what we use is, now we know that 1 dash will be on the locus of C1, but I know arc P1. So if, now you can notice here, if 1 and 1 dash are corresponding points, similarly P1 and P1 dash are corresponding. Means if P1 is on gear 1, P1 dash will be on gear, P1 is on gear A, P1 dash will be on gear B. And if 1 on gear A, 1 dash on gear B. So here 1 dash is, I have to find out 1 dash and P1 dash. P1 is known, 1 is known. So where P1 is? P1 is at some distance from P. At some distance from P on P circle, where P1 dash will be. If P1 to P5 is on P circle of gear B, P1 dash to P5 dash must be on P circle of gear B. Okay, so to get P1 dash, P2 dash, P3 dash, P4 dash, P5 dash, what I do is, I will use distance. Now you can check which distance I am taking. I use P1. Now you might get, where will be P1 dash? P1 dash must be on P circle. So this is our P circle. I will cut same distance. So here it will be P1 dash. Where will be P2 now? Distance is equal to P2. Cut arc on P circle of gear B. Similarly P3, P3 dash, P4, P4 dash, P5, P5 dash. Means what I obtain is, with distance is equal to P1, I mark it is equal to P1 dash, as P is known to me, P1 is known to me, I get P1 dash, P1 dash, and similarly P2 is equal to P2 dash up to P5 is equal to P5 dash. So what points obtained is, okay, this will be P1 dash, this will be P2 dash, P3 dash, P4 dash, and P5 dash. Now last step is remaining. See here in the first, on gear A, I from 1 to 5 I find out P1 to P5. Now I know P1 dash to P5 dash. How to get 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash? Same procedure I will use. Distance between 1 P1 must be equal to 1 dash P1 dash, because corresponding points. So what I know is, if 1 P1 distance is known to me, it must be equal to 1 dash P1 dash. Now 1 P1 is known to me, P1 dash known to me. Can I get 1 dash? Yes. So I use distance is equal to 1 P1. Out of this P1 dash is known to me, I will get 1 dash. But question is, where will 1 dash will be? And now it is known to you, 1 dash must be on locus of C1, 2 dash must be on locus of C2, 3 dash must be on locus of C3. So what I use is now 1 P1 as distance. Distance is equal to 1 P1, which will be center point. P1 dash will be center point, and cut locus of C1. So I am cutting locus of C1. Here it will be 1 dash. Whenever it cuts C1 locus, it will be 1 dash. Similarly, you can see here now 2P2 as a distance, which is equal to 2 dash P2 dash. I have to find out 2 dash. I know P2 dash. So 2P2 as distance, center as P2 dash. So 2P2 as distance, center as P2 dash, cut locus of circle passing through C2. So this is your 2 dash. Similarly P3 dash as center, cut locus of C3. What about P4 now? 0 distance. Distance between 4 and P4 is 0. Similarly, distance between 4 dash and P4 dash will be 0. So here it will be P4 dash. And the last one, 5P5. So 5P5 distance, P5 dash as point, mark on next line. Here it will be locus of C5. And like this, I get different points. So this will be point 1 dash, this will be point 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash is here, and here it will be 5 dash. Now last step, join these points by smooth curve. So 1 dash, 2 dash, this is 5 dash, 4 dash, 3 dash, 2 dash, 1 dash. Very good. Join them by a smooth curve. And this is your conjugate profile, which we obtain with reference to this straight line profile selected. Means I select this profile, and with reference to this profile, I obtain corresponding conjugate profile. This is shape of conjugate profile obtained by procedure we followed like this. This is conjugate profile for a general gear tooth profile selected, which was straight line. I'll explain briefly one step-by-step procedure. This was our aim, to draw a conjugate profile for any general gear tooth profile selected. First step, given data was pitch circle radius RA/RB. I draw OA, OB, and I mark pitch point with radius is equal to 100 mm, with radius is equal to 80 mm. Next, once I mark radius, I select one random profile here, which was straight line. Here I select straight line profile. You can select any profile. Then on that profile, mark points 1 to 5. You can take any other point also. I take 5 points randomly. Okay. Then through that points, draw normal to this profile, so that that normal will cut pitch circles. Whenever this normals cut pitch circle, call these points as P1 to P5. Okay, so I get from 1 to 5, I get P1 to P5. Now I have to mark contact point, and for getting contact point, I use law of gearing. As per law of gearing, say this is contact point. If I draw normal through point of contact, it must pass through pitch point. So to get this point, I know this normal distance between pitch point and normal, that is distance between point on pitch circle and point of contact. So 1 is moving to C1. So I know 1 C1, 1 P1 distance, center equal to P, 1 C1 distance, 1 P1 distance is known to me, P as center, get point C1, and follow same procedure, that is P 2P2 is equal to PC2, 5P5 is equal to 5C5. So get C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. Now as C1 is point of contact between 1 and 1 dash, to get 1 dash where 1 is known to you, I want to mark locus of 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash up to 5 dash. And for getting locus, draw with OB as center, draw circles passing through C1 to C5. So likewise we can draw circles. We can draw circles through C1, C4, C2, C3, C4 like this. Then once you get locus of this 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, next step is to get pitch points on circle of B. And to get pitch points, I use this relation. I know P1 distance, then P as circle, P as center, cut arc on P1 dash, P2 dash, P3 dash, P4 dash, P5 dash. And how much distance I mention here? P1 is equal to P1 dash. P is common. P1 and P1 dash corresponding points, 1 and 1 dash corresponding points. So get P1 dash to P5 dash on P circle. Once P1 dash to P5 dash known, get 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash by using this distance. 1 P1 known to you, P1 dash known to me, cut taking distance equal to 1 P1, and cut arc on the locus through C1 will get value of 1 dash. Similarly, P2 dash as center, get P2 dash, P3 dash, 3 dash, P4 dash and 4 dash same, and P5 dash, 5 dash. Likewise, I get 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash. Here it is 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash and 5 dash. Join them by smooth curve. That is your conjugate profile for a general gear tooth profile selected. This is procedure we obtain based on law of gearing, and the law of gearing already discussed with you. So thank you for this.